Good morning, good morning. Thank you, good Lord, for a new day to trade, not financial advice. Everything discussed in this stream is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and trading involves significant risk. I have not taken any trades today, but PRs will start coming out in about 2 or 3 seconds, actually. So let's see if we get some new pops. Good morning, good morning. And the PRs are rolling in. Mic test. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Never mind. STSS, crypto, which is weak. Advanced Solana Treasury. I wish this one would pump because these crypto pumps have been fading. Crypto has not been holding up, but it doesn't look like it's going to move. Looking for other plays, but nothing really looks interesting. We haven't been getting our 7 o'clock pops as consistently. CANF, what is this? It's pumping a little bit. Oops, I messed up the screen, that's all right. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss this play trying to fix the screen. Anyways, CANF is pumping right now. Let me pull it up. Might have already missed it, but it doesn't look like it's up very much anyways. 2.6 million float, Israeli company. Yeah, it's not very liquid right now. Only 35,000 shares have been traded on it, so I'm gonna give it a second. But they do have news. Patient with decompensated liver cirrhosis successfully undergoes liver transplant following treatment. And it's flushing. CISS VWAP retest. Since it's already busted through it, I'm gonna probably wait, see if we get a full 230, 235 retest, but it could fail here. It's still up 40% though. You know what? Let me see what the locates look like. Alright, I got me a little starter on it, small though. If it breaks a new high over 215, I'm probably going to stop out and just try to re-add at 230, but I want to see if it fails here. meantime, I'm going to look it up a little bit more. There we go. Let's see if it falls back under VWAP. Tiny float though, so yeah, if it starts pushing the opposite direction, I'm gonna get out pretty quick. But small position, low confidence. And I'm stopping out. Well, let's see if it falls back down. I just don't want to be in it if it tests 230, 235. And I think it's about to. So if it breaks over 220, I'm going to probably stop out and re-add at 230, 235. But small position, because again, low confidence. I build my sizes based on conviction. And this one is more of a quick technical play, so let's see. What did CANF end up doing? I bet it did it flush? CANF, it just wasn't very liquid. Yeah. CISS down to 205 now. Let's see if it tries to bounce and make another move up, or if it keeps flushing. IMPP now owns 81% of CISS. That's why. SEC filing. Imperial Petroleum. Don't love that news. So again, small size, low conviction. I'm just going to try to see if we get a fail here. Chart history, chronic gap and fade, 0 strong closes versus, wow, 10 fades across 10 notable sessions. So this is a serial fader. So AskEdgar, which I have a link in my description for, they show like their chart history, and it's had 0 strong closes. Every time this one pops, each spikes fail to hold VWAP and end in the lower half of the day's range, reflecting persistent selling pressure and dilution overhang. So this one has a history of not holding gains very well. They have an active F3 shelf. They have deep in the money warrants. They have all kind of dilution options. BNAI is pumping. Yeah, I'm not interested in BNAI. It's a $30 ticker. Yeah, not interested. Not at all. There we go. So took a little off here, the low twos. 202 to be exact. See if it keeps falling. But yeah, the candle closed, the 5 minute candle closed under VWAP. I like to see that. So again, anything can happen, but do like to see that. The usually indication, and it's happening now, that we're going to keep going down. I've been taking profits a little bit quicker in pre-market, actually even regular session. So I've already trimmed a decent amount of this one out. Didn't make that much because I wasn't super heavy on it, but trimmed most of it out in the low twos. Now we're pumping back up. Let's see what happens. And then one of the main reasons I've been taking kind of quicker profit is we haven't, like a lot of the pre-market, and I did a after hour session in the Discord yesterday. Most all the pumps have been relatively weak, like barely over 20%. So when they're like that, there's not as much move of a catch, so a move to catch. So I'll tend to scalp those a little bit more than try to hold for round trips. Yeah, Denny, that makes sense. Yeah, locates have been pricey lately. I think it's mostly because of these nanos that are pumping. Denny, who do you use? Do you use TradeZero or you use another broker? Got it. Those are two good options. What's your social? Just kidding. Just asking a lot of questions. No, Thinkorswim. I used to use it for when I used to go long. But yeah, the fees. Yeah, the locates have been pricey lately. All of January they have been. It seems like. But again, I think it's a lot to do with these smaller, little smaller floats pumping. BNAI still kind of pushing. Good morning. But yeah, just casually playing this one small. Not much expectations. BNAI again, I'm not interested in it, and this is kind of why. It's not that big of a market cap, but it's 183, so it's on the higher side of what I typically play. And this one just has so much range of just making really intense moves. Is there a quick scalp here? Probably. It'll probably come back to VWAP and lose a few dollars at some point, but I'll probably pass on it unless there's a really good reason to play it, like a really strong level, and I don't really see that. Well, underside of this might be the top, let's see, but I'm still not going to play it because that's exactly where it went to. So let's see if that little level holds up, but again, I'm going to pass on this one. CISS looks like we're finally dropping back down. Going to hold these runners, see if we can get a little bit closer to 190, 180. Actually, I might try to hold them the whole. Let's see, this popped after hours, made a strong move at 4, and a weak attempt. This one might just go back to where it started. Yeah. JZXM, I feel like that thing pops almost every session lately. This Chinese ticker. Oh. Too slow. But it was probably would have wanted to see more on it though. Hope we have some 7:30 plays. Yesterday pre-market was kind of brutal, to be honest. Not a lot of plays. Today hopefully gets a little bit more exciting. KELB, is that the one that popped really hard at 4 a.m.? Yeah, it was. KELYB. Oops, is that not it? Why does the chart look funny? I don't know. CISS popping back up. If I would have been paying attention, I might would have added there at 215, but I wasn't, so still just in my runners. It's crazy. I never traded JZXN, and it's always popping. Probably a good thing. Well, honestly, it always flushes. I mean, but it is Chinese, and I'm gonna have my guard up with Chinese after the session a few days ago in pre-market. But again, I hope not very many people got hurt by that play, and I'm sure a lot of people traded it, but probably makes a little bit more sense now why I say I don't trade heavy in pre-market, because some of these moves are just like regular sessions. You just don't see as many of those type of moves unless there's halts involved, and I try to do whatever I can to make sure I'm not involved in a halt going against me. So I'm still not adding, waiting, but I might add here. Just, you know what? I'm gonna add my shares back. Again, low expectations, trading it small. But if we break a new high, for sure, I'm just gonna stop out. But I got a really good add there. And I'll play the retest if it gets up to 230, and it looks like we're about to. Let's see, if we break over 220, we'll just stop out so I can play the retest. Oh, for sure. Added a note about ATH to my rules. Staying small on Chinese kept me from being out of the game. I know, bro. I was so glad I was only in 600 shares, and it still rocked me. Yeah, it is always good to see you, J Money. The chat's not the same without you in the Discord, bro. Not as many memes. Good conversations. Facts. Speaking of Discord, we have our end of the month call this weekend where we kind of reflect. I'll go over my January numbers. We have a guest speaker and talk about our game plan for February. Free trial. It seems like I do this every time before our end of month call because I want y'all to join and be a part of it. But free trial for 7 days in the Discord. Because again, like I was saying, we trade most throughout the day. I mean, all throughout the day. And I do a lot of like live after hours sessions. And since today is Thursday, I'll be live streaming in the Discord only tomorrow morning. So let's see if CIS, I had a pretty good ad there, so, but again, I'm playing it small, so I haven't really made much on this one. So I'd like to see it flush a little bit more. No, I get it, J Money. Bro, I promise I will get back to you about those thumbnails. But I'm gonna be honest, it's probably not gonna be in a timely manner. I I feel bad, but I'll get back to you, I promise. Dude, I run retail for a bunch of dispensaries, got a bunch of properties I self-manage and try to trade and run a group. So I'm very delayed when it comes to responding to people. So apologies. But I do like them. I do like them. The thumbnails. Especially the new ones you sent me. But no, I do like them. Yeah, no, appreciate it. They look way better than mine. These properties have been kicking my butt. Gosh, it seems like CapEx issues all at the same time. Or big spins. JZXN, is it pushing? It's kind of grinding. I don't really like this action, this price action. Let's see. Well, that was the 1 minute. 5 minutes looks better. Or what I typically like. Ooh. Yeah, if we get up here, I'll try it. What's this, about 158? Oh, we just got there. I was too late. But yeah, if it pushes back up to this level, I'll try to see if we can catch a little flush. Or if I can catch a little flush. BNAI ended up coming back to VWAP. Play I'm playing isn't even moving. BNAI was a good play. JZXN, if it pushes up a little bit more, I'm gonna take a position on it, but it'll be small since it's Chinese. pre-market. $2.2 million Chinese. Oh, they actually had news today. Multiple cryptos. Why we seeing a lot of crypto news today, and cryptos is diving. Because what was it? Jeffrey Epstein created crypto or Bitcoin. I'm seeing all kind of crazy things. Okay. Let's see, 400 million in assets at a price not lower than $1.50 per share, with the transaction to be completed within 2 weeks. BNAI quick scalp 37 to 32. That's how you do it, my friend. Good job. I decided to play the one that's not moving. Wonder if BNAI bounces here. It probably will. It's kind of keeping this trend. Look at Todd. Todd, you killing it too. $7:30 is 4 minutes away. So the main plays right now, I'm still not interested in BNAI, even though it's keeping good. Like, I mean, there's plenty of scalping opportunities on this one, but I'm gonna leave it alone for now. But JZXN, if it gets up to, well, probably 154 to 160 range, I'll add. And then CISS, I'm just monitoring, but we'll get some new PRs here shortly. But if JZXN gives me one more push, I'll look into it, because crypto news just has not been holding up. And it mentions $1.50 in the PR. So does that mean it's not going to be able to break through $1.50? No, not at all. But a lot of times when there's specific numbers mentioned in these PRs, sometimes they'll hesitate or stop at those levels. But let me dig in to see what that $1.50 entails. 40 million crypto asset contribution committed, price floor set at $1.50 per share. Supports the company digital asset treasury. Yeah, see, digital asset treasuries have not been holding up too well. We actually have one in after hours, and I could be wrong, but I think they got, what was the PR? I can't remember. But it's basically like they some acquisition where they gave up some crypto or something for ownership in another company. VVPR, that's right. It did fade nice. It faded very nice. I saw that. No, it is a trash ticker. That's why I wish I would have got that entry. I wasn't looking. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, nice little fade on it. Dang, VVPR did end up fading. Very nice. The other one we played too, what was it, Eve? I can't remember. But the point is, a few of those plays that were a little slow to fade and after hours ended up fading. So CISS is pushing now. So See if this wicks back down or if it actually keeps pushing. Again, I'm only in 500 shares right now, so not end of the world. So I might not even stop out of these. I might just add, since we're already so close to this, if we get up to 230, 235, I'm gonna hit it with maybe 1,000 shares. And if I can get those, let me see. Dang, they're $45 for 1,000 shares. That's what I hate about these nanos. It kind of gets you in a tough spot because it's just like, because that's what I want to do, just add right here, but I don't want to pay $45 for 1,000 shares. So I might just wait to see if it comes back to VWAP and I'll just get out. It's 7:30, so let's see if new PRs come out, steal attention away from it. CAPS had some news. I don't know if it's moving. It is. We're getting a little pop on CAPS. So CISS is pushing. So since I'm stuck in this one, I'm going to wait and see what it's going to do. I'm at least going to add 500 shares up here though. Missed CAPS, so that was a nice flush. Bro, now 500 of them's $37. Might as well should have got the 1,000 a few minutes ago. So I'm not gonna pay that for 500 shares. See if it fails. If it breaks a new high, I'll just stop out. Anything else moving? SUNN had decent news, I think. I don't know how the market's gonna. No, market doesn't care for it though. The 200 on the dailies at 245. Why is it not showing up on mine then? You sure? Mine's way up there. Which I think is accurate because look how far this drop gap down was. I don't think it's caught up. The 200. That would have been a pretty good add 230 though, I bet, because it's probably gonna drop. But again, these are the little trash moves anyways. I want to catch a solid pop here. But the market has been a little weak, so I need to lower my expectations. Yesterday was a rough pre-market session. Yeah, I'm not sure either why it's different. I don't know. Oh, my screen's all jacked up. What y'all see is it's all, let me fix that. Y'all got like a miniature screen. Let's see. Did you end up climbing out of the hole yesterday? Was I in a hole yesterday? Day before yesterday I was. Yeah, I was down a lot, and then I ended the day only down 1,200. So let's see what CISS does here. I'm not adding because locates are, these are the problems with these nanos. You get in a spot. Oh, it's only $15 now. So I'm about to add right here. Okay, I'm in it. And if we break new highs, I'm just going to not fight it. But I actually might add the 1,000 shares here now since the locate fees went down substantially. Yeah, I know J Money. It ended up recovering pretty well on that day. Traded a lot, but down negative 10K, ended down 1,200. I'll take it. Damn it. Dang, JZXN, that's exactly where it wanted to go to. Missed the good one. Ooh, but all good. Okay, CISS pushing back up. So it hit my other ad. So added 1,000 up here. So now it's really not that big of size, but now because I have my bigger size ad here, if it starts breaking new highs, I'm just gonna get out and not try to fight it. Unless there's a level I'm missing on the daily. Well, actually I do like these. Just broke a new high, didn't it? Oh no, we're right here at it. I'll let price action decide. But yeah, there's nothing really to steal attention away from it. That's the part that's not great. Now locate fees went back up, but I got them when they were a little bit cheaper. So let's see if we get a flush back to VWAP on this one. One minute looks nice. Nicer. We're starting to get some red candles. So let's see if we can break under the 9 moving average. We should get a little flush back to VWAP hopefully. BNAI ended up flushing. BNAI. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, Todd. You already up $1,400. Here we go. So back in the money. I'm gonna be hard headed and at least wait for VWAP though. And these are not like my favorite plays for pre-market session. I like new fresh pops, y'all know this, but I'll play these if I need to. But what I really want is one of these ones that's popping and like brand new pop, shuffling around trying to see what it is, getting a good entry close to the top and writing it down, and haven't been able to catch very many of those. So trimming a little here on the way to VWAP. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's. I wish I wouldn't have got in so early at VWAP. It would have been a better play. My average would have been a lot nicer, but that's all right. So added a little bit more size. So got in 500 shares around, I don't know, can you remember, 215. Added 1,000 up here at like 500 at 230, and then another 500 at 234. So I got my average up pretty nicely, but still not that impressive of a play for me. Yeah, I would like to. The thing is, so if we fail this retest level, I personally think if we can just make a decent push and fall below VWAP, we could get a flush back to these 200s. But I don't know. We'll see. So the point of that is I'm gonna try to hold a few. But I trimmed a decent amount on this fall to VWAP though, so I'm gonna hold some runners, but not a lot of size. Wish you got on BNAI with me. It was 32 forever, then raised to 35. Yeah, no, it's So I know you're Todd. You killed that play, but I don't trade tickers that high in price. As you continue to short sell, you'll you'll probably dial in what plays you like and what you don't like and things like that. And personally, I just don't do as well with higher market caps, pricier tickers. You might find out those are your favorite plays, but for me, I don't really trade those too much. But touche, good job with it though. I saw your screenshot in the Discord. Bro, that's wild how much you made on that one. Getting a little bounce here. Man, I'm already tired of trading this play. I'm ready for something else to pop up. But I will re-add if those were not one-time use shares, were they? No, they weren't. So if it gets back to 230, 235, I'll add back. But again, this has been kind of a waste of time more than anything. So hopefully we'll get a flush here or a new play. But yeah, on that one play, Todd, you paid for your one-on-one about 6x on it right there. Good job. So we're kind of in no man land in CISS. So again, just watching. Kind of lame live stream so far from ticker choice. There's not been a lot to trade, but probably going to mute here for a second and just chill until I see some. I'm still recouping from the MPT trade this week. Bro, I hear you. I think a few people are. That one was. And I've been short selling for a minute now, since 2023. 2024 really got serious about it. And that might be one of the craziest pre-market moves I've ever been a part of, to be honest. Call those the black swans. I've been in a lot of I don't try to hide it. The reason why y'all see me cut now instead of average up, y'all know I've lost 75K. Yeah, I used to trade bigger though, but I lost 75K on a trade. I've lost 25K at probably at least 10 times. You know what I mean? 25K plus. So, I've been a part of a lot of, and most of those times it was just my fault, just averaging up when I should just cut. But that type of play where it's just like I really didn't, you know, do anything, didn't average up, didn't do anything. I'm not gonna say do anything wrong. It was a Chinese ticker. Anytime you trade a Chinese ticker, just go ahead and expect there's gonna be sketchiness. But that was like a new level. But again, that's why I trade smaller in pre-market now, especially the Chinese when I was only in 600 shares. AGMH. And again, for newbies or even experienced people, remember, risk management is number one. So if you don't want to trade those, don't trade those. Like, again, I'm pretty high risk. AGMH is getting a little bit of a pump here. I'm gonna pull up the daily real quick. Oh, we're at a level I like. So let me see where the locates are. Oh, it's only up 11%. I gotta let this thing push. Can't get in. It might still flush, but and y'all know I don't have like a lot of just like hardcore set rules, but when it comes to how much a pump is up, it's gotta be at least 20% or flirting with 20%. That's what I'm pretty set on. It used to be 50%, but we've been in such a cold cycle for so long. Besides like certain themes and stuff, they get hot, but so let's see if we push a little here. That'll give me some time to do a little research on it too. Announces strategic upgrade, access to global top tier storage chip supply chain, and accelerate R&D of AI all-flash storage server systems. And the reason why I thought this was a decent level, because you can see it's wicked down to this 190 level. Look, once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6. So it likes to kind of base out at 190, but it's only up like 10%. So I'm having a hard time. If we push to 2, I might play it, but $75K, yeah. Wednesday, it was a Wednesday, I lost $75K, and then that Friday I lost $25K, so I lost $100K that week. And then that weekend we were going to Vegas to celebrate my wife's birthday. Thought we were going to pop bottles, and we ended up, your boy was traumatized, to be honest. Didn't tell her. She probably was like, why is he being so cheap, like, for my birthday? And blew up all my money. But again, that's why I try to share these little tips and tricks with you. Like, there's a huge edge in short selling, but there's a reason why I consistently like make profit. It's almost for those days when things don't go your way, because there will be those days. However, I used to be a lot more reckless and I used to trade bigger size. Now I've dialed in some of those reckless tendencies, and prior to that one from NPT a couple of days ago, my biggest loss prior to January for like 4 or 5 months was only 2K, and then January I had a couple 5K max losses. So dialed in those big losses, but again, as always, just risk management's everything in what we're doing. You can look on Kinfo, like if you look at the top 10 traders, a lot of them are short sellers. So it's proof that short selling, you can make some money. And I've done well with it too, but there are going to be those black swans. Either mentally prepare for it, avoid Chinese, avoid nanos. There's a lot of things to do to limit your exposure to those. And who knows, before long I might not trade Chinese no more, or I might not trade nanos anymore, you know what I mean? I like learning things the hard way. But the funny thing is, some of my bigger blow-ups haven't been nanos. It's been just me averaging up blindly, telling myself they always come down. Yeah, I went from popping bottles to eating ramen, like Jay Money said. But again, now I don't even keep that much in my account, so I couldn't even blow up. That's another way I offset my risk. I only keep like 25K in my account. Max I have is like 50K, because I always, when it usually gets over 40K, I usually take it all out again and just rinse and repeat. Who was it? Jack Kellogg. And I don't even follow this dude like that, but I saw his post kind of trending, and apparently I don't know if any of y'all saw that. That's one of those Tim Sykes dudes. But apparently he took a massive loss. He said every big trader I know has gotten wiped out in the last 3 months. The more money you have in your account, the bigger your losses are going to be. It would have been a great idea to pay ourselves when looking at 3 to 10x net worths in 12 months. I will not forget this lesson. And again, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert, but this dude, Tim Sykes, pumps this dude, and they're always talking about how he's the next best thing. And that was a lesson I learned early on, is don't keep all your net worth in your trading account. Like, that's wild to me. So I keep a little bit in my account. Is that preventing me from growing and scaling? Yeah, but I don't care about that right now. I just want consistent daily base hits. That's what I'm looking for. But I did have to take a lot of losses to learn that lesson, though. And Jack Kellogg, he's a great trader. So better than me. I'm just a short seller. I think I got it. Just think we have a good edge in short selling. Appreciate it, Jelani. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Man, this play right here has been brutal, I'm gonna be honest with you. Kind of forgot I was in it. Yeah, so I didn't add up at 235. It never got there. I still think it's going to break down. This might just be one of those ones I hold a little bit longer than I want to. 8 o'clock news is right around the corner, so maybe we'll get some attention stolen from it. Stupid question, is your Discord audio or do you have to stare at screen? So yeah, for people that aren't super familiar with Discord, we have chat rooms. We have rooms where I have like my playbooks. We have Filthy Trade has his own room. We have like different rooms where you can interact. And then I live stream on Friday similar to this. It's not delayed though. You know, YouTube, there's a little bit of a delay. So yeah, I mean, it's both. Again, if anyone's curious, free trial. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a 75% conversion on free trials. So a lot of people that try it out stick around. But yeah, you can. It's not audio, yeah, unless I'm doing pre-market or after hours. Yeah, after hours has been great. I mean, it has been, yes. The last couple sessions been a little bit slow, or no, the last one was a little slow, but they still ended up fading. I was just impatient. But what was it last week? I made a decent amount in after hours. Cause we have a little playbook for it, yeah, y'all know I don't I try to tell y'all everything without making y'all pay for stuff. Cause but the secret to me is the early pops. Just like with I think it's even more important than pre-market. The early pops and after hours are usually the ones that fade. The later pops that don't get attention stolen from it, those are usually the ones that push. It doesn't always work that way, but MVIL. Okay, let's see if we get in some new PRs. But yeah, after hours has been pretty good to us lately. Statistically, ever since I became a short seller, I've done really good in after hours. Where pre-market's been up and down, intraday's up and down, but after hours is usually pretty consistent. Throughout my shorting career, I've done well in after hours. So looking at PRs, it's 8 o'clock. See if we get something decent to pop. Quite a few PRs. AMSC's pumping, but it's a pricey ticker. Oh, never mind. It was a fake out, that 8 o'clock fake out. Sometimes it, is TDTH a new one? Oh, it already flushed though. It's been kind of a weird market. Like, I used to make most of my money from these just quick pops, just getting in and getting out, but there hasn't been as many consistent ones. TEAD. I'm gonna try a SIS. We finally got that flush money rotation for the win, but I'm gonna let it keep dropping. TEAD. I'm gonna try to get me a stab on this one. Still only up 7. Now it's already fallen to 15%. Jeez, got some weak pops these days. I'm not kidding. Like, not too long ago, I was trying not to get in things under a 50% pop. Now I'm just begging for things to get pop 20%. Partners with Google TV to expand CTV home screen availability globally. So I got an entry waiting at 69. But I don't even know if it's going to get back there. Ooh, that is a pretty good level too, I think. A lot of congestion here. It's popped up to 70 a few times, and it's wicked down here, but it looks like I'm going to miss it. Everything's just been weak pumps and flushing quick. CISS, nice. We're down. So again, I was playing it pretty small, so barely up $100 on it, but because I already trimmed a lot of VWAP, but trimmed out. I'm out of CISS. Could it keep flushing? Yeah, but I'm gonna secure some profit. It looks like I ain't gonna make very much money today, pre-market at least. They're calling it a partnership. I guess it is kind of a partnership. Actually, doesn't seem like that bad of news. Expands its connected TV home screen ad inventory, now reaching 500 million unique TV devices. I mean, that's a big market. Again, they don't drop a lot of the details with how much money they're predicting to make and all that. But if we get up here to 69 cents, I hope I get this. Oh, I did. I got it. So we just broke a new high. I'm fine with that because it immediately wicked back down. But if we start pushing, I'll see what the plan is. But I do think the news is not like the worst news I've read. – have popped recently was this level, 72. Yeah, we tend to kind of pop in this, well, a little above 70. We popped 75, 74. Well, we have made some bigger pops up here too to 95. So if it starts pushing hard over 70, I might stop out and re-add up there to those levels. But I'm only in 1,000 shares right now, so I'll let it do its thing. It's looking like it's trying to push. I usually don't like these second legs after a flush, but let's see what it does. Starts pushing to the 70. Oh, there we go. Nice. Let's see if it keeps breaking down. But I'm gonna go ahead and add another 1,000 shares here soon. If we get a little bit closer to 70 again, I'm gonna add. Then I'll just stop out of these if we start pushing and add them somewhere else. Okay, I'm back in. A couple thousand shares now. Let's see if we get a little bit better flush on it. But yeah, playing this one small. It's just not up. It's barely up 20%. And it has a history of running to the 90 cents range. So I'll just chill with these 2,000 for now. Yeah, the last few days there hasn't really been anything that gave me confidence to add size to.
MBIOTC.
Were these fake outs or did they actually pop? TC, negative, MBIO, also negative. But I have another 1,000 shares. If it gets back up to 72, I'll add. But if we start breaking new highs, I might stop and see if we get to that 90 range. But it's looking kind of weak now. It's not pushing hard, but again, low expectations because it's barely up 20%. So just not much of a move to catch. Here we go. So might add my other shares here. It looks like volume's starting to pick up on it. I'm just looking at the total shares traded on it. So we're starting to push a little. I stopped out of 1,000. Might re-add right here actually. It's gonna be my last add. And then if we start breaking past 75, I'm probably gonna stop out and try to re-enter around 90 if we get there. I would love for it to get to 90. I mean, I'd prefer it to flush now, but if it gets to 90, I'll be ready for it. So added those shares back. So now I'm in 3,000 shares. Added those shares back and another 1,000. So just kind of dumb to stop out and then add them right back, but I did it. Oh, we're pushing. We might get up there to those 90s. Like I said, I thought the news was kind of decent on it. But down about 120 bucks on it now. Nothing crazy, but still only in 3,000 shares. Which it's only like a 2K position, I think. 83 million float, 66 million market cap. They don't need cash though, and they have no dilution, so they seem like a decent company, honestly. And like I said, the news with the partnership with Google, I don't think it's that bad. But let's see what it does. So now I'm getting close to break even at VWAP. I'm gonna trim down my size a little bit, just in case we keep pushing. You got a big float though, 83 million. There we go. Well, it recovered quick. Trimmed a little at 71 cents and some change. So I'm down to a pretty small size just in case it pushes. But again, I'm not making any money this session, it feels like. Barely green. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's kind of how I feel the news is decent on it. Yeah, have fun playing it on the long side, but I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not confident it's going to flush cleanly, but you're braver than I am to trade this thing long, barely moving. And here we go. I'm trimming now on the 690, 69 cents. It doesn't look like it has any strength. But I'm out. So didn't make much on it, but got out when I could. Since again, I do agree the news is decent, but I'm not super convinced this one's going to run. But if it does to that 90-cent area, I'll short it. Bro, I'm up $140 this session. Man, it is. It's been a brutal one. So no position now. Just waiting to see what it does. Oh, Jelani, you got to cover at 205? Let's go. Nice job, bro. Where did I get out at? Let me check. Yeah, my best one was 209, so nice job. Yeah, the last 2 days has been super slow, man. RNAZ, nano float. Y'all know I want a quick flush, but I don't think I'm gonna play this one. I'm fiending for a quick get in one that flushes quickly, but I got to see this one push a little bit to even consider it. Nano plus over $10. I'm kind of forcing it, so I'll probably pass on this one. And again, a lot of y'all are right. That news, I was saying that I think the news is pretty decent, but you can see what kind of pre-market conditions we're in. We're not in like, we're not in ones that's really pumping stuff hard. So if I was a long trader in pre-market right now, I'd be a little disappointed. I mean, as a short seller, I'm disappointed. It just hasn't been much to play, but maybe this is the one that pushes, but we'll see. But I'm not playing it now because, again, the news is decent. If we were in a hot market, I wouldn't even short this one, a Google partnership. RNAZ is so tempting though. Just have like a tight stop on it up there, but it's flushing now. But yeah, I don't like that it's a nano float. TEAD though is holding VWAP, so maybe this one does push. Again, it has an 83 million float though. I think if this one had a smaller float to be pumping, but again, like the float size seemed to be more important than the actual news lately. It's mostly just nanos flushing or nanos pumping. You're probably right, J Money. Is this a crown? We've seen a lot of wicks up on the 1 minute. It's looking pretty weak, to be honest. Oh, let's see if it pushes here. Okay, so this wick's going to be a little bit higher than the previous one. So let's see what it does. I'm probably just going to leave this one alone at this point. There y'all go. Dang, I should have got an RANA Z. TEAD back to almost pre-market highs. I might try it one more time and then just have a tight stop if it breaks a new high. All right, covered some of it. Like I said, not making any money on this, just quick scalps, but thank goodness I have a commission-free broker. Okay, and I might close the rest here. All right, I'm completely out. So just a couple quick scalps on it, but man, there's not much range on it. But caught it from 77 to about 72 to 70 cents. Green on TEAD. Nice job. RNAZ is trying to recover a little bit here. I'm kind of tempted to play this one. Let me see what locates look like. Again, extremely high risk, guys. Extremely. This is a nano above $10. So I'm not in it yet. And now that it's I don't know if I'm gonna play it, to be honest. I might just play it safe. If it pushes back up to 14.50, 15 bucks, I'll do it. But I don't have good luck with these nanos over 10 bucks. They usually rip me. But could fade. No judgment if y'all play it. But I'm just here for entertainment purposes. Not educational. I mean, not financial advice, educational only. So do what y'all want. But I'm gonna sit it out unless it gets up to 14, 15 bucks, I think. Bro, you're like Speedy Gonzalez on that mobile app. I've been trading this mobile app for at least 3-4 years now. Oh my gosh, look at TEAD. Good little drop. Well, it's only a couple more cents and I got out, but I'm more just admiring it. Look at it, it's breaking down now, so. See if RNAZ. It could flush. This market's been weak. Like very few things are pumping and sustaining. But again, I'm gonna try to protect my capital. Looks like I'll be just making money during the regular session today. Yeah, this has been one of the slower pre-markets we've had in a while. Cardell Robinson. Got MVP or VIP guest today. We'll go with MVP too. You were the MVP of our company. You know what I mean? VIP. Bro, I need to reach out to you soon, bro. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff I've seen over the last year. So RNAZ, this is looking a little more tempting now, but again, guys, this is a nano, tiny float. So just got to be careful with these, because when it's over $10 like this, it'll almost like start skipping numbers. But if it fails this 13 level, it might be. I want to play it so bad, but I think I'm gonna wait. At this point in my career, I'd rather miss a flush than give money back on a play that I know is high risk. Stay strong, brother. Appreciate it, Jelena. That's the bad thing about these slow sessions. It makes you want to trade things that you know is probably a bad idea. But deep down, I don't think this is a bad long either. So that's why I'm just like, don't do it, man. Low float. It's holding VWAP. could push. RNAZ and Quantum Wheat submitted an IND amendment to begin a phase 2 colorectal cancer trial. The news is weak though. So phase 2, phase 3 news can push, but submitted an amendment to begin, like that's not a successfully completed phase 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. This is just they submitted an amendment to start the trial. So news is weak, but again, it seems like float has been more priority than news lately, and this one has the nano float profile. So, but typically this is not very strong news. Yeah, Ross might be in it. I missed that comment earlier. Ross is watching it. I know this is where I typically like to go long when the 9 and the VWAP align like this, when it hangs out right here. A lot of times you'll see a push, but again, I'm not trading this one long. The news is too weak. I think the float is more important than the news lately, but it's got to have at least decent news for me to consider going long. But yeah, I'm not interested in the short though. All right, anything else? Man, this is a rough session today. Back to back. And I'm not going to take any longs until I feel like the market's heated up. Like this is not a market, because what was it, a couple weeks ago I took a few throughout the week, but we're not in the market conditions where I'm probably going to be taking any longs. If it heats back up again, I might, but we'll see. TEAD, oh, it made it back to VWAP. It probably fell here, to be honest. Let's see. Is this the one I play instead? Just not much range on these things today. Like I could play it, but it's literally only up 13 cents, so I'd have to add a decent size to make any money on it. It is struggling here at VWAP, but I don't think I'm gonna play it. I might just wrap up here soon, to be honest. 8:30 is 1 minute away. I'll wait to see if there's any quick pops I might can play. For did it push? Oh, that was a different play. RVSN. Oh, that just had some new news come out. RVSN. as usual, flushing instantly. VSEE might push here. I'm probably early to it, but VSEE. Let's see if it pushes. Oh, it's only 35 cents, so never mind. What did RNAZ do? Yeah, it looks like it might try to fight a little bit here.
RNAZ.
Man, what a trash market today. What did RVSN ever do? RVSN just died immediately. All right, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if RNAZ kind of makes a strong push. Nothing to really steal attention from it. Again, the market's kind of weak, and that's an understatement. So I don't know what RNAZ is going to do, but I'm not going to short it. Is there opportunities for quick scalps? For sure. It looks like Todd in the chat caught one, but I'm just going to sit on my hands. Kind of tempted to take a long on RNAZ here. But I think I'm going to wait. I just think it's setting up to push. All right, guys, I'm probably going to wrap up here in a second. Danny, you made 926 today? Jeez. Feels like a war. Yeah, I definitely didn't make much today. It'll be intraday, maybe after hours. hopefully. But I'm gonna watch RNAZ a little bit longer because I'm having some internal battles if I want to try a little quick scalp on this one long. But I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, Denny, what did you play? I know you have some decent size. Nice job. All right, I took a little long on it. So let's see what happens. I want to see if it just makes one quick push here. Couldn't fight the demon. It won. But I got a good entry. Oh, here we go. So let's see if it pushes right here. I'm going to be quick to take profits on it though. And then I'll leave some runners. So see if we get a little push to about 13.50. I'm only in a couple hundred shares though, so nothing crazy. But I want to see if it makes a little push here. Up to 13. There we go. See if we can break through 13. Push to 13, 50, 14. If not, if it falls below 12, I'm just going to stop out. But I got a good entry. 12, I entered it twice. 12, 21, and 12, 11. So let's see what it does. Take that profit, bro. I already did. Where'd I get out at? Yeah, 1288. I trimmed 100 because I was in 300. So I already trimmed 100. So even if I stop out, if it falls below 12, it'll worst case be break even probably. I did that just so if I stop out, it's not negative. I mean, as long as it doesn't flush really hard, but I want to leave some runners just in case it does push. But I think it's about to, it might break down here. And if so, I'll stop out if it breaks under 12 quickly. But for the most part, guys, this session is kind of a wrap. I'm just going to see if RNAZ pushes a little bit. hang out a little bit longer, but if we drop below 12, it's starting to look pretty weak, to be honest. AIM, especially because like AIM might have had some good news that just came out. Let's see. AIM. Oh yeah, it's pumping. Maybe I need to close this one before it flushes on me. Oh, now we're actually, you know what? While I'm in the profit, I want to sell. Okay. I'm out of RNAZ. Oh, watch, here it goes. Oh my gosh. That's what I was waiting for, that 1350. But anyways, whatever. AIM. Man, I closed RNAZ thinking it was going to get attention stolen from it. Then AIM just flushed immediately. So how interesting is this? This had positive clinical, well, it still didn't pass phase 2, but this news seems better than RNAZ, but the float is much smaller on RNAZ. Man, I done bailed out too quick on RNAZ, but all good. So I'm probably going to call it, oh, is TEAD up at 81 now? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm going to leave this one alone. It's kind of grinding up now. Good call on the ones, all y'all that said it's good news and could push. It definitely did. So miss AIM, struggling under VWAP now. How much is it up? No, it's only up 11%. I'm good. So I'm gonna call this a session, guys. But anyways, like I said, free trial in the Discord. We'll be having our end of month call. I know it's past end of month, but I couldn't do it this past weekend, so we're doing it this weekend, and been doing a lot more after hours sessions. Friday pre-market session will be tomorrow in the Discord, as well as end of day fades. So if you want to join the community, links pinned in the comment. If not, I will see you guys on Monday. See y'all.